Right, so this video is purely about self-concept because I believe that self-concept is literally the most important thing, okay? It is the most important thing in order to attract what you want into your life, to live the life that you want, and to be who you really want to be. It all starts with yourself, so it all starts with your self-concept. Back then, obviously I heard about self-concept, but I could not really figure out what exactly that means, how to change your self-concept, and how to basically become that person that gets whatever they want. So I'm making this video for you guys, and I'm going to try and explain it as simple as I can so you understand this the way I understood this. And to be honest, before you try any techniques out and you completely focus on your desires, you should be focusing on your self-concept, because this is something that I've been doing wrong for years. I've wasted so many years because I wasn't really focusing on changing my self-concept. Instead, I was focusing on my desires, which kind of just pushed my desires further away because I wasn't being the person that I basically needed to be in order to attract those things into my life. So I don't want you to do the same mistake, because once you master your self-concept, everything will just flow easily to you. So first of all, what exactly is self-concept? So self-concept is basically the way you see yourself. For example, take this. You may be someone who is really focused, who does believe that they can achieve anything they want in their career, business, at work, and just get the job done. And it was always quite easy for you to attract money, to attract a good career, to basically succeed in that area of your life. But on the other hand, you might have the belief that you are not capable of having a loving relationship. And this is exactly why you always attracted the wrong people into your life. And it might be the reason why you always felt like you had no luck in love at all. So in this case, you basically have the self-concept that you are successful, that you are someone who gets the job done, that you are someone who is really career focused, and you just know whatever career you get into, whatever business you are building up, it is going to work out for you. But on the other hand, with the example of love, you see yourself as someone who is not lucky in love. But the good thing is that you can change this around, and this applies to anything. You can even see yourself as someone who literally gets anything he wants, whether that's money, a relationship, friends, good health, the body of your dreams, whatever you can think of. You can attract anything you want by just simply focusing and changing your self-concept. I'm gonna give you my personal example here. My self-concept was really wonky these past few years. I always saw myself as someone who is lucky in love. I had great relationships, but at some point when I kind of lost myself in these relationships, obviously those relationships ended because I became very needy. After those relationships ended, it took a toll on me. That's when my self-concept changed, okay? My self-concept changed from someone who thinks he's lucky in love to someone who always gets left behind, to someone who gets into a relationship and it just doesn't work out. And money, for example, I've always been struggling with money because I had beliefs integrated by my parents that I always have to work my ass off, to work 3 jobs in order to keep feeding a family, because my dad did that and is basically still doing it, and that you will always get in debt. You cannot go around this. And my self-concept was kind of formed by the beliefs of my parents, because this is something that I adopted in my childhood, and it was really hard for me to break through this. Parents also didn't think that it was possible to make money on the internet. I started to work on my self-concept in regards to money, in regards to business, and I started to make some money online. But then I focused too much on relationships. I kind of lost the whole self-concept thing, and I wasn't working on it at all anymore. And this is when everything just went to shit again. Like, relationships weren't working out for me anymore. My businesses weren't working out for me anymore. I got into debt. I got into really bad heartbreak, and just everything just wasn't really working for me until I started working on my self-concept again. So how do you develop a self-concept? So developing a self-concept happens through repetition of thoughts. So whatever you are thinking about yourself, take this as an example. If you look at yourself in the mirror and every time you look at yourself, you think to yourself, you're ugly or you're too fat, whatever. This is exactly how you're going to see yourself. And this is exactly what reality is going to reflect back to you. So in order for you to change your self-concept, you literally have to look at all of the areas you struggle with in your life. And you have to change those thoughts. And this is where affirmations come in really, really handy, where you are literally just going to become aware of your negative thoughts towards yourself. And you simply are going to flip those, even if you don't believe them in the beginning, okay? Take this example of looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking that you are fat and ugly. Next time you look at yourself in the mirror, develop a habit that you start thinking or saying about yourself that you are beautiful, that your body is sexy, that you look hot as fuck and attractive every single day. All you have to literally do is just change your thoughts. You are going to believe it at some point, okay? You might not believe it in the beginning and it might feel weird, okay? If you do this with enough repetition and you keep on doing it, it will get easier and easier, and at some point you are going to believe it. It's going to be literally be programmed into your subconscious mind. Look, your self-concept is changing literally every time. It's evolving throughout time. It all literally comes down to what kind of thoughts you have about yourself and what you are saying about yourself. If you constantly say that you are broke, that you are unlucky, it is going to stay that way, and it's probably going to get worse. So why are you not literally changing those thoughts around? Just do it with repetition. Keep saying to yourself positive things that you actually want to believe. Guys, you have to understand, and this is something that took me a really, really long time to understand, is that there is nothing outside of you. It all starts with you. And this is exactly why so many people are constantly talking about self-concept, because it is just true. I've experienced this in my own life. Self-concept is the most important thing. This is something that you need to focus on. You see other people manifesting their dream life, and you think to yourself, man, why am I not able to do this? Maybe you even copy their techniques, and you are doing sats every night, you are doing scripting, whatever they are doing, you are literally copying them. But the difference between them and you is probably, well, not even probably, is most likely, definitely, their self-concept. They have a solid self-concept and you don't. And this is exactly why they are able to manifest with basically any technique of their choice their desires, and you are not. This is exactly why you have to literally drop everything outside of you and stop thinking about your desires for a while and just simply focus on you. Put that focus back on you, because it all starts with you. There's nothing you have to change outside of you. This is something that you really need to understand, okay? You need to change how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, how you think about yourself. This is all it comes down to at the end. You are the cause of everything in your life. No one else outside of you is responsible for the things that happen in your life. It is basically just you. There's no one else to blame but you. So, how do you change your self-concept? You know now it is important, but how do you do this? Repetition, 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 guys. I'm gonna keep saying it again. Repetition. Look, back then, I literally thought it was really hard to change my self-concept around. That it was some really hard and complex ritual, that I needed to do crazy routines that last for hours, that I need to say about 300 affirmations and keep listening to affirmations the whole fucking day. And no, it is just not true. Changing your self-concept is actually very easy. So all you need to do is practice a strict mental diet. And that means you just have to control your inner conversations. That's basically all. There's nothing else needed. All you have to do is to become aware of how you think about yourself throughout the day, how you see yourself throughout the day, and what kind of thoughts you have about you. And then you have to literally become aware of them and just change them around. You have to say, no, I'm not the type of person to think this way anymore. I'm going to think in a more positive way. I'm going to believe that I can actually achieve things in my life. I'm going to believe that I am beautiful, that I am basically wanted, that everyone wants me, that everyone is so happy to be around me, that I am just this amazing person that gets whatever the fuck they want in their life. So, a strict mental diet is becoming aware of your thoughts. And literally, when you notice them coming in, you simply cut them off. You cut them off before they can even finish, okay? And you do this over and over again, and also replace it with some positive thoughts, positive affirmations even, okay? Because affirmations are basically thoughts, okay? And you just simply replace this, and you do this over and over again. Guys, I'm telling you, with repetition, you will become a master of this. When you are able to control your thoughts, there's nothing that can stop you. You are becoming very powerful when you are able to simply control your thoughts. They come in, you cut them off straight away, just cut them off before they can finish, and you say something positive about yourself. And then you just repeat this cycle over and over again. That's all you have to do. That's simply all you have to do. You might not feel a difference after one day, maybe not even after a week. But I'm telling you, after a couple of weeks of doing this, a couple of months even, years even, you are going to be someone completely different. You are going to look in the mirror and you are going to love the person that is staring back at you. And let me tell you, this is the most beautiful feeling ever. When you are seriously just simply in love with yourself, and you know that you can handle anything that comes your way, you become a very powerful person, and you will be able to attract anything you want into your life. You will notice that things will happen for you, that you don't even have to practice visualization or scripting or whatever method you choose. You don't have to practice any of these, because your self-concept is so solid that things just literally easily flow to you. Opportunities come left and right into your life. This is exactly what was happening for me. I stopped focusing on desires and I started focusing on me. I started focusing on a strict mental diet. And let me tell you, every time I look in the mirror now, I love that guy who's staring back at me. I love him. Like, I couldn't even talk like this. If you go back into my other YouTube videos, like maybe from like 1 or 2 years ago, you will notice a big difference of how I talk. I am way more confident now. I am actually in love with myself. My appearance has changed, even though I did not do much. Like, I didn't even change my routine that much, but my appearance just changed because I saw myself differently. I always struggled with losing weight, okay? I would lose weight, then gain weight, then lose weight, then gain weight. But basically my whole life, I was always overweight. I could not stay lean at all. Now, if you go on my Instagram, okay, and you check my progress that I did over the past few months, I made such a huge transformation. Like, I built up lean muscle mass. I'm feeling lean. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy every single day. In conclusion, this process is really easy, guys. It is simple. But the only thing that's hard is to stay aware of your thoughts. You just basically have to keep reminding yourself. You have to keep reminding yourself to become aware and to literally cut those thoughts out of your head, you know, and just simply replace them with some more positive ones. I think that's the most difficult thing, because obviously we think so many thoughts in a day that we are just simply not quite aware of. It happens on autopilot. This is what our subconscious mind is basically doing. So you just have to keep reminding yourself, and do not be too hard on yourself. If there are some moments where you forget to do this, it's okay. Just work on becoming more and more aware, because after time and after enough repetition, it's going to get easier for you. And then it is just going to basically override the old program. You won't even need to become aware of this anymore, because it is just going to become automatically. So being in a solid self-concept is going to actually become your autopilot mode. This might take some time, so be patient, okay? And keep working on it. Keep working on yourself. That's all you gotta do, guys. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I love you.